Hi everybody, this is a demonstration on how to felt a bar of soap. If you don't make your own soap, you can buy a bar at the store. I understand the oval bars, the round bars felt better, but I do make my own, so I consider this a very good way to handle a bar of soap that didn't quite come out the way you want it to. This is scented with a scent called strawberry milkshake, and it smells wonderful, and I added fresh strawberries and fruit fresh to it, and I didn't really like the way the color came out. It's not very attractive, so I'm going to felt it instead. So what you need is some wool felt. This is alpaca felt. I can show you, this is approximately what 4 ounces of felt looks like, so it's a lot of felt. I believe you get I think I read 2 bars per ounce. I really think it's probably more than that. That's a conservative estimate. You'll need a felting tool. Eventually, that's what this one is. You can do it without this, and I'll explain that, but it also comes in handy. And some fresh water. So what we're going to do first is take about half of this felt, which you could see was cut to about the size of the bar, and we're going to spread it apart. The idea is to get thin layers and have them stick to each other, and since it's wool, then it shrinks, and it continues to shrink as the soap is used, and eventually you have no soap and no wool left, and you're good. Let's try to get this wrapped around nice and thin so that it's not bulking up too much in any one spot. Try to get the sides here. It's kind of hard to do this with only one person filming, but that would be me. So here's another layer. Take a little extra off, and we're going to go in the other direction. So again, the fibers will end up sticking to each other. I'm just pulling this apart to make it thin. You can always add more. So the darker the bar of soap, the more wool it takes to cover it, unless you're using a dark color, which makes sense. Now we're going to do decorative felting, and that's where the felting tool comes in. But first we're going to do this, and just barely, you see it's covered. It might need more, but right now you can drip it like this. If you have a sprayer on your sink, you can also spray. You don't want to overdo the soap right in the beginning. This water here is cool. You don't want to freeze your fingers off, but it's cool. This takes usually about 10 minutes. Once you get it wet down enough, yeah, I'm going to have some areas I'm going to need to fill in there, I'm thinking. I can start doing that now. But once it's filled in enough, or wet enough, then you can actually dump the whole bar. And you're going to want to start squeezing the wool. You want to get some soap up. So you want to use a bar that's big enough, one that's not been cured, so it still has the high water content. So this bar was made last night. Well, it was remelted down with a little extra water and then poured into a mold, so it really hasn't dried up that much. I try to fill the cavity as much as I possibly could, so I'll still end up with a decent sized bar. This one is a 4 ounce bar. And I don't know if you can hear it, but I can start to hear the soap is starting to come up. You see it's getting, there it is, starting to turn a little white. You can see it there, there's the soap coming up. And you keep doing this for about 10 minutes, and if you need to add more wool, go ahead and add more wool, because you don't want to see the bar behind it, but give it a chance first to try to do its thing. This one came out heavier on the back, so that's good. The sides are looking good, but I think I'm going to need a little bit more here on the top. So that's why I have this is the extra wool that I took off in the beginning. Put that right on there. Cover up the bare spot. I made that a little colder than I should have. Now I'm going to cut the film here, because I'm going to be doing this for 10 minutes and there's no reason for you to sit there and watch it. So hold on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here we are back, and you can see I did add that remainder of the green wool to the soap on the top, but you can see there's a lot of soap coming up. It takes a while till you can get a good lather, because otherwise those still doing it here, the wool pulls away. So you can do it this way: squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, and you see the soap coming up. You don't want to overdo it or you won't have any soap left. So I think this is about done for now. If I was only going to do this, I would probably keep going a little bit longer, but I'm going to be doing some other stuff. Now, some people just put strips of color in there. I've seen that. It looks really nice, almost like a mosaic. But I'm going to rinse that off, and to kind of stop things for a while, let me get this flat here. I'm actually going to run some hot water over it too. This is bulk in there, but that's right where I'm going to felt over it. You want some water as hot as you can stand. You don't want to burn yourself. Again, make sure everything's covered. And you can always go back and redo stuff, which I said this, I've only made a few bars, so I have actually done that. You know, you doubt yourself if it's ready or not until you get used to it, and I'm still not really used to it. So I'm going to squeeze out the extra water. You can, at this point, use a paper towel or something to get that extra water out. Let me smooth this off. And I'm going to start, once I get this all, I'm a perfectionist here. Once I get, well, it looks better on the bottom. So, let me just dry off my hands here. I'm going to do two different things on the top of this soap. It's kind of a female soap, you might say. I saw this on a tutorial where a woman used a little cookie cutter to felt the soap, and she just put that in place like that, held it in place, and then used the needle to carefully attach the soap. If you're not sure about it being in the center, you can always put it up in the corner, which would be cute too. So I'm going to go ahead. This felting needle, they said I'm new to felting. I bought one that said it came with 3 needles. You can use 2 for fine detail work. And I was working on, it was only my second bar of soap, and I broke both needles that were in at the time. They're not really made to felt into soap or onto soap. You could probably make these designs first and then felt the bar. I've never done it, but that might be another solution. Again, here, you know, layers. This needle is called a speed needle. It's barbed. It's going to be really sharp. I've already stabbed myself with the other ones a couple times, so I'm trying to be very careful with this one. It's made to attach stuff much faster, obviously, speed needle. So I'm going to keep going until I feel like I've got a good amount. This is the best way to do the 3D, I think. If you want a flat design, do it right in the beginning when you're doing the rest of the green. And I can't see this, but I can't hold it into it. It's just basically putting in a little bit of wool, and I'm stabbing it. Stabbing it and not me. Making sure I've got that heart design. So you want to make sure the turns and corners, or if you're using another kind of design, any crevices, whatever, are all filled in pretty good. That's probably too much. Sorry to be keeping you, but I want to make sure this comes out good. Okay, we got a good start there, I think. Yeah, I think it's ready. So let's see what we got. We got a nice little heart to do, and maybe don't want it that thick, so I can push it in a little bit more here without trying to lose the design at all. And I'm actually going to get this wet and get that in there. You can kind of see all those jab holes. They go away. But I want to get this semi-attached before I do the next design. Keep that heart shape. Seriously, you could do any kind of design you wanted to. Wouldn't hurt to have more, but I'm going to outline this first and then I'll decide. I think I am going to put a little bit more in it. I should have done that first. There. A little tough to get it back in, but not impossible. I want a little bit more in that corner. There we go. Just a wee bit more. If you're just starting out, like I am, I would suggest you just go for a couple colors of the wool that go together. So I bought 3. This is apple green, lemon yellow, and teal. And it doesn't really matter which one goes on first. They complement each other pretty well. Okay, so now we're going to shore up those edges. There we go. Get a little wet. Now, okay, dry my hands so I can get them wet again. This is why soap makers have like the best hands. Always clean. If you make creams and stuff too, then they're also soft. This is, you're actually going to, if you want to do this, it's actually almost like turning the wool into yarn. You twist it so it becomes almost like a piece of yarn. Hold it down, watch your fingers. The twisting is a real nice effect when it's done, I think. Sorry I can't hold this up to the camera, but I'm literally just poking it at intervals right into the soap. Trying not to bend the needle so I don't smash it like I did the other ones. Make sure I get a little point here. And then up the side. Twisting, twisting, twisting. If you can get it in one long piece, that's ideal. Bad demonstration. But it doesn't matter because it all joins in together. You can just push that in there. I don't know that you can do it too many times. You don't want to bury it in the soap. Now you see this little yellow sticking out here. Well, you might not be able to see it, but there's a little yellow sticking out, and I was able to felt that back underneath with the tool. Again, here, get the dip in the heart. I normally don't do live tutorials. I've only done gardening ones, and they've been all photographs and talk. So we just need a little bit more. And of course, you don't even have to stop here. You can move on to, you can put little things around it or put a line through it, anything, you know, whatever you come up with. Use your creativity. I'm just cutting up some of the narrower pieces that I don't need there. That's better. I didn't want to twist for me. A little wayward strand there won't hurt anything. Since my mother raised a perfectionist, I'm going to try to add a little bit more here to make it balance. There. That's it so far. I could just stop there, but I thought it would be cute, just rolling it, to take it down the sides too. So I'm going to pause and I'll show it to you when it's done. Okay, so here we are back. Here's the soap. See in the back? Got a little mushed up there. We'll straighten that out. I'm just going to squeeze out some of the excess water. A lot of the tutorials will tell you to dry it in the sun. It's the last day of December here in Northeast PA, and although the sun is shining, I think the soap would freeze before it dried. So there you go. I'm just going to put this on our heater, let it dry. If I think it needs work, I'm going to go back and do it again. But for now, I mean either with the tool or with some more wool. But for now, I think we've got it. And that's it. Good luck. Share your pictures of your soaps that you make. I'd love to see them. Happy soaping.